Okay, good day to all grade 7 students. In this video lesson, we are going to proceed to module 3 of unit 3, activity 1, my own sounding box, wherein in this module we are going to focus more on sound. Would you like to try placing your palm on your throat while saying, what are you doing? Ano yung naramdaman niyo dun sa kamay niyo or sa daliri ninyo once na nilagay natin yung kamay natin sa throat natin habang tayo nagsasalita? Ayun, di ba may naramdaman tayong vibration? Try it again and this time say, Ma'am, Phineas and Ferb are making a title sequence. Okay, how do you feel? In the previous module, you learned about wave properties and common characteristics like pitch and loudness. These are the longitudinal and transverse waves. Sound is an example of longitudinal wave. It is also classified as mechanical wave. Thus, there has to be matter for which sound should travel and propagate. This matter is better known as medium. Sound is a mechanical wave, meaning it needs or it requires medium in order to propagate. Okay, terms to remember in this lesson: longitudinal wave, wave whose motion is parallel to the motion of the particles of the medium. Mechanical wave, wave that need a medium in order to propagate. So how does sound propagate? In activity 1, you will try to explore how sound is produced. You are going to use local materials available in your community to do this activity. You can do art attack and be very creative with your project. So activity 1, the title is My Own Sounding Box. So objectives in this activity, you should be able to construct a sounding box to demonstrate how sound is produced and identify factors that affect the pitch and loudness of the sound produced. So materials needed: shoebox or any box, variety of elastic or rubber bands, thin and thick, extra cardboard optional, a pair of scissors or cutter, and ruler. For our procedure, cut and design your shoebox as shown in figure 2. Ayan. Put the rubber bands around the box. Make sure that the rubber bands are almost equally spaced and the rubber bands are arranged according to increasing thickness from the lower. So use your finger to pluck each rubber band. Listen to the sound produced. So tingnan natin dito. So what physical signs did you observe when you plucked each band? Did you hear any sound? What produced the sound? Okay, the elastic bands vibrate when plucked. Sound is produced by vibration of the elastic band. So, for question 2, how different are the sounds produced by each band with different thickness? So, as you noticed, there is a difference in terms of thickness of some of the rubber band. The sound produced by each elastic band is different from the others. The thinner the band, the louder the sound produced. The thicker the band, the lower the tone. So this time, use the fingers of one hand to stretch one of the elastics. Or pluck the elastic with the fingers of the other hand and observe. Okay, question 3, are there changes in the note when you pluck the stretch band? Okay, when the elastic bands are stretched, then pluck, sound increases in pitch. Kasi po, lumipis. Kapag na-stretch natin, ninipis yung rubber band. So, in step 4, with the other elastic bands, arrange the elastics in sequence from the highest note to the lowest note produced. So, the highest note, the thinnest. The lowest note, the thickest. So, kagaya din po sa gitara, yung maninipis na string, yun ang highest ang note. At yung mga makakapal, yun yung mga bass or kumbaga lowest note. When we talk or make any sound, our vocal cords vibrate. When there are no vibrations felt, no sounds is produced. This means that sounds are caused by vibration. Vibrations of molecules are to the to and fro or back and forth movement of molecules. Vibrations are considered as a disturbance that travels through a medium. This vibratory motion causes energy to transfer to our ears and is interpreted by our brain. Sound waves are example of longitudinal waves. They are also known as mechanical waves since sound waves need medium in order to propagate. Meaning, sound waves cannot be propagated in vacuum or in empty space. So in activity 1, vibrations produced by the elastic band produced sound. The sounding box amplified or increased in amplitude the sound. Sound waves can travel in air. When they come in contact with our eardrum, the vibrations of the air force our eardrums to vibrate, which is sensed and interpreted by our brain. Okay, sound waves also travel in other media like solids or liquids. So you can try this one. Place your ear against one end of the tabletop. Ask a friend to gently tap the other end of the table with a pencil or a ruler. What happens? So ayan, maririnig po natin yung pag-tap. Then ask your friend to again gently tap the other end of the table, but this time, make sure that your ear is not touching the table. So alin pong mas malakas, yung nakadikit yung ear natin sa table while tapping or malayo yung ear natin doon sa table while tapping? So, in which situation did you encounter louder and more pronounced sound? In which situation did you encounter the sound clearly? So, sound is produced by the slight tapping of the table with a pencil or a ruler. This can be heard clearly at the other end of the table. This shows that sound waves can also travel through wood or solid. Sound is more distinct in solids than in air. This also means that sound is heard much louder when it travels in solids than in air. So, ang pinakamabilis nga po mag-travel is sa glass ang sound. So, sa solid. So, what about in liquids? Can sound travel in liquids too? Liquids are better transmitters of sound than gases. If two bodies are struck together underwater, the sound heard by a person who is underwater is louder than when heard in air but softer than in solids. So, yun sinabi natin, kapag nasa ilalim ka ng tubig at may nagtuktok doon ng bato, pwede nating marinig ng malakas yung sound. So, as you can see in figure 3, ito nasa kanan, particles of solids are more closely packed than particles of liquid and gas. This is why sound produced in solids is much more distinct and loud than when it is propagated or produced in liquids and gas. Between liquids and gases, on the other hand, liquid particles appear more closely spaced than gases. This means that louder sound will be produced in liquids than in gases. Spacing of particles of the medium like solid, liquid, and gas is an important factor on how sound would be transmitted. Take a look at figure 3. Nasa baba, liquid particles are closer to each other than the particles in the gas. Sound waves are transmitted easier in liquids. Between liquids and solid, the particles of solids are even closer together than the liquid molecules. Therefore, sound travel even faster in solids than in liquids. Since different media transmit sound differently, sound travels at different speeds in different materials. Since solid is the best transmitter of sound, sound travels fastest in solids and is slowest in gases. So, ayan. Kung titingnan natin dito sa table, ito yung patunay na mas mabilis o pinakamabilis sa solid ang speed ng sound. Sa air at 0 degrees Celsius, 331 meter per second. O sa helium, 0 degrees Celsius, 1,005 meter per second. Sa hydrogen, 20 degrees Celsius, 1,300. So, may computation din po nito na every temperature or every increase in temperature, may dagdag sa speed ng sound. So, habang mas mainit, mas mabilis ang travel ng sound. So, sa water, 1,440. Sa fresh water po yan. Sa sea water, mas mataas kasi ang density, mas mabilis ang travel niya, 1,560 meter per second. Ayan, iron and steel, 5,000. Aluminum, 5,100. Hardwood, 4,000. At pinakamabilis nga po yan is sa glass. Sound speed is dependent on several factors such as atmospheric pressure, relative humidity, and atmospheric temperature. So, yan. So, mas mataas ang temperature, mas mabilis ang kanyang sound mag-travel. So, remember these weather elements you studied in your earlier grades. High values of these elements lead to faster moving sound. So, when you're in lowlands, the surrounding is hot, sound travels fast. Do you want to know why sound travels faster in hot air? There are more molecular interactions that happen in hot air. So, kung titignan natin yung molecules, kapag mainit, mas mabilis ang kanyang movement. This is because the hot particles of air gain more kinetic energy, and so there is also an increase in the mean velocity of the molecules. Since sound is consequence of energy transfer through collisions, more collisions and faster collisions means faster sound. Going a little deeper on this, speed of sound basically depends on the elastic property and the inertial property of the medium on which it propagates. The elastic property is concerned with the ability of the material to retain or maintain its shape and not to deform when a force is applied on it. So, solids as compared to liquids and gases have the highest elastic property. So, yung mga solids, mas mataas ang elasticity niya kasi nga it has the ability to turn into its own original shapes without breaking, even force is being applied. So, consequently, solid is the medium on which sound travels fastest. This means that the greater the elastic property, the faster the sound waves travel. The inertial property, on the other hand, is the tendency of the material to maintain its state of motion. So, more inertial property means no more inert, more massive or greater mass density. So, the individual particles of the medium, the less responsive they will be to the interactions between neighboring particles and the slower that the wave will be. Within a single-phase medium, like for example, air, this is because water that has changed to vapor is mixed with the air. This phenomenon increases the mass density of air, so increases the inertial property of the medium. This will eventually decrease the speed of sound on that medium. So, sound cannot travel in a vacuum. Remember that sound is a mechanical wave, which needs medium in order to propagate. If no matter exists, there will be no sound. In the outer space, sound would not be transmitted. So, kapag vacuum or empty space, hindi makakapag-propagate ang sound. Sound waves possess characteristics common to all types of waves. These are frequency, wavelength, amplitude, speed, or velocity, period, and pace. Just like other waves, sound also exhibits wave properties just like reflection, refraction, diffraction, and interference. More than these properties are pitch and loudness of sound. Pitch refers to the highness or lowness of sound. Loudness is how soft or how intense the sound is as perceived by the ear and interpreted by the brain. Do you want to find out more characteristics and properties of sound? So, Activity 2 will let you discover some of these properties using your sounding box.